The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Cruiserweight World Championship.
Well, folks, if you weren't with us last episode, oh man, you have missed a lot. So you should go back and watch that right now before we get on here, because we saw the first ever Challenger briefcase holder crowned after Pac. I'm just trying to put this together in my head. Alpha seemed to make a switch. The Lucha Brothers are now aligned with Alpha, and Alpha switched out Rey Fenix with Pac in that match, even though Pac has not wrestled in a GAW ring since before Bash at the Beach, episode 12 to be exact. So, I mean, and that was just the Challenger Briefcase ladder match, so you got to go watch that episode. We will hope to catch up with the tag team champions later after their controversial win to retain their titles over the Lucha Brothers. And now, I mean, you want to talk about a team that's dangerous. I mean, Alpha right now is looking dangerous themselves, but we know that the Blade Runners have presented a clear and present danger to GAW now for the last several months. Buddy Murphy has held the Cruiserweight Championship ever since he beat the rookie Yunsan Park at Bash at the Beach. And since then, Murphy, well, he's not exactly been what you would call a present champion, at least not in his own matches. He's been mostly focused on helping out the Blade Runners, which he has done, and he's a big reason why Jay White is in the main event triple threat match coming up later. But for right now, Murphy will have his first defense of that belt since After Party against Suicide, who earned this right in a tag match last episode. It's going to be very interesting, the matchup between these two men. You know, Murphy, for as maligned as he has been by chiefly Will Ospreay, Murphy is still 6-0 in GAW, so Murphy is not a pushover. This is a guy who, is as talented as they come, and now with Ricky Steamboat in his corner, deadlift powerbomb and a kick out. Now with Ricky Steamboat in his corner, he is, if anything, even more dangerous. He possesses that mental ability to assess a match, to break down a match while it's happening, that Steamboat always had. And you combine that with his athleticism and his strength, given his size, and what you've got is, well, exactly what you're seeing, a champion. And, for everything that Alpha seems to be doing right now, and the fact that evidently Alpha controls the Challenger briefcase, I mean, we still don't know a lot, but we certainly do know about the Blade Runners, and we know that they are smart and they are vicious. And now Murphy off the shoulder, and now goes for the pin, close to the ropes. Referee counts, and Suicide kicks out. Murphy was looking to end things right there, but now this match could be over before you know it. Murphy lays in the kick. There's the pump handle. Murphy's Law. Devastating Murphy's Law onto Suicide, and he kicks out. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that, and Murphy smartly going to press on with the offense. Elbow drop from the top. Again, this is very, very well constructed here in terms of strategy from Buddy Murphy, but now Suicide maybe has the advantage. Murphy off the back into a reverse DDT. Suicide forced to roll under the bottom rope. Murphy has just pressed his advantage since the very beginning of this match, and now sends Suicide to the outside. Murphy goes up top. Suicide still on the outside, and Murphy with the Meteora, and it misses. Still not enough. It looked like Suicide could have been able to press his advantage there, but Murphy still in control of this match. Just shows you how great of a wrestler Murphy is, and how, if anything, it's a little disappointing that we haven't seen Murphy as much as maybe we should be seeing him. Suicide now rolls Murphy over into an inverted figure four, and immediately Murphy gets out of that submission hold. This has been a terrific match from top to bottom for the champ. He has looked, well, he's looked great in all aspects. Now Murphy driving the head of the challenger into the top turnbuckle. We haven't even seen any involvement from the two men on the outside. And, I mean, there's no reason for them to get involved. Murphy has been in control of this match, but now Suicide going to answer in kind, driving the head of the champion into the top turnbuckle. Suicide's a fan favorite, that's a reason why. And a beautiful code breaker from Suicide, and the blade immediately up onto the apron distracts Suicide, and he's pulled down by a reverse cutter from Buddy Murphy, and now the champ goes for the pin, and Suicide kicks out. So the blade almost cost Suicide the match, and now Murphy has the challenger up again, and floors him with the Canadian cutter, I think that is. And now going up top, Murphy elbow drop, and Suicide rolls out of the way. Interesting that he didn't follow that up with Murphy's Law. You can see the blade still hanging out by the apron. Suicide going for the pin, and Murphy kicks out at 2. So Murphy, despite having control of most of this match, still could be in trouble here. Suicide lays in the boot, and now Suicide sunset bomb. Tremendous athleticism from the challenger, and once again, the blade has gotten involved. He and Suicide are jaw-jacking right now, and Murphy, it gives him enough time to stand. Power bomb from Murphy, stacks up the challenger. 2, and Suicide kicks out. Murphy rolls it into a Boston Crab. That is cinched in deep. Suicide close to the ropes, but Murphy has all of his legs. Suicide can barely move. And Murphy actually releases the hold. We've seen Samoa Joe use that very move to beat Jay White. So, and to beat Aleister Black for that matter. So Murphy taking a page out of the world champs playbook, and I don't know if there's a guy in GAW that you should be taking advice from, or at least imitating more than Samoa Joe. Suicide was able to survive both the powerbomb and the Boston Crab, and yet Murphy still in control. Suplex, and Suicide kicks out. Murphy goes for the pin again. 2 and 3, and that was it. That was all he needed. Murphy hits the suplex, and I couldn't tell what he did. Suicide kicks out before 1, and then Murphy goes for the pin again, and it's enough to get the 3. I didn't see what he did. I wonder if there was, there must have been some kind of nefarious something that Murphy did to get the pin on that. I just couldn't see what it was. Well, that's just another story from tonight that we are going to have to keep an eye on going forward with Murphy. And look at this, it's Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay makes his way to the ring. What does he have to say? Congratulations, buddy. You've cheated your way into a win again. I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. You're the reason the Cruiserweight division has lost its reputation. This is the division that gave us Rey Mysterio, Prince Puma, Bandito. You've embarrassed those of us that looked up to this division. So I'm here to bring the respect back to Cruiserweights in this company. I'm tired of being looked down on, and you're the reason why. So I'm coming after you, buddy. I won't let you disrespect Cruiserweights anymore. Well, folks, there's been almost a nauseating number of stories coming out of Cyclone Denver right now, and we have just another chapter to add in the growing story of Will Ospreay and Buddy Murphy. And Ospreay seems to be taking his loss in the ladder match on the cheek, and it looks like it will be the aerial assassin up next for Buddy Murphy. We're still looking for what, if anything, Murphy did to suicide to keep him down. So, we'll keep you updated on that. And, of course, we're still trying to speak with the tag team champions, the Lucha Brothers, after their controversial win over... the tag team champions, the Usos, I should say, after their controversial win over the Lucha Brothers. Anyway, what we're dealing with right now is only the crowning of our first ever United States champion, and the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, is here to try to take that title. She will have to go up against a legend. While Ronda Rousey is certainly a legend in her own right, in general admission wrestling, really, no one compares to Lita in terms of stature. And the fact that Lita is here competing for the U.S. title, I mean, you're talking about the importance of this championship. If Lita recognizes it, then certainly it's important. And this is a match that I didn't know I wanted until I realized that I was going to see it. And now we have one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time taking on one of the greatest female mixed martial artists of all time. What more could you want? That is the prize tonight. The GAW United States Championship. Who will be the first woman to hold that belt high? It'll be DDT versus the armbar. And Rousey starts things off. Look at this athleticism from Rousey. Again, we saw in her match against Bianca Belair, since Rousey left the WWE, she hasn't just been in the gym, working on her mixed martial arts. She's really been training up in terms of her wrestling ability. We saw her use a sunset flip to get the pin against Belair in the semifinals. And she will need all of her wrestling acumen to go up against Lita. So far, Rousey looking good, and Rousey also has that X factor in her corner as Shayna Baszler is there. Rousey goes for the pin, and Lita kicks out. Rousey now with the head scissors, and Lita again able to get out of it. I think Lita can expect a steady diet of submissions here from Rowdy Ronda. And Lita trying to answer with a clothesline, and Ronda sidesteps. This has been a brilliant match wrestled so far from Ronda Rousey. She has studied her film, no doubt. And now Rousey looking for a suplex, and Lita gets out of it, and now Lita answers with a twist of fate. That got the job done in Lita's semifinal match, and Rousey gets the shoulder up. Lita, just like that, could end things for you, but then again, Ronda has that same power. You know, the DDT, Lita can lay in the DDT from just about anywhere, but, you know, Ronda Rousey, same deal with the armbar. I mean, given her background in mixed martial arts and in judo, you know, you're talking about a woman who is as accomplished a wrestler as anyone else, and Lita stands up Rousey with that DDT on the apron. Lita taking things to the outside now. Interesting strategy here from the former champ. This has been a match kind of two halves here. Rousey really controlled the first half of this match, but ever since the twist of fate, Lita has done a terrific job. And now look at that. Speaking of Rousey's background in judo, that's a brilliant judo throw there. And now Rousey with a few big strikes on Lita. And now it looks like we've got a much more even contest. And Rousey, look at this, starting to turn her attention to the arm. I don't think it's any secret what her strategy is here. And, you know, for as telegraphed as it is, if you can't stop it, you can't stop it. Rousey once again with the brilliant strike combination. Lita goes for the drop kick, and Rousey once again sidesteps that, and now into the head scissors. What did I say? Steady diet of submissions for the former world champ. And Lita showing off her strength there with the toss. Now Lita going up top. Rousey able to stand, but Lita still with a beautiful Hurricane Rana off the top rope. That is the quickness of the former champion. And now Lita back out in front of this match, and a single leg drop kick ends that procession of lariats. Rousey on the outside, Lita up top. Lita goes for the elbow drop, and Rousey catches her. Rousey tries for the pop-up power bomb, and Lita turns it into a Hurricane Rana into the fence. This has been a blistering pace of this match so far. And Lita, I think, was going up top for the Lita salt, but Rousey was able to get up. Lita now rolls Rousey over into a single leg crab. Shayna Baszler shouting encouragement to Ronda. And Rousey able to get out of that fairly easily. I'm not sure if, you know, for as good as Lita is as an all-around wrestler, I'm not sure if the submission game is the way to go. Crucifix driver there from Lita, and now Lita pins, and Rousey kicks out at one. I genuinely don't know how the ending of this match will actually come. I mean, you are talking about two women that, you know, can end proceedings at any time. And now Rousey, look at this, suplex into the rear naked choke. I think she learned this from teammate Shayna Baszler. Rousey has the rear naked choke cinched in deep, has her legs locked as well, and releases the hold on Lita. Rousey has more things in mind here, but it backfired. Lita catches the boot, and now Lita has Rousey in trouble with the single leg crab. The former world champ sat down on it, and Rousey once again able to get out. But I have to question her release of the rear naked choke. Lita seemed to be fading fairly quickly. Rousey released it, I assume, to try to put on the armbar, but it backfired, and now Lita spear. And Lita hooks the leg, going to win the title. Rousey kicks out. Things could all be going wrong right now for Rowdy Ronda. Lita with a quick succession of moves, and now the former world champ, headed up top with the lead assault, and I think Rousey got her knees up just in time. It is so hard to time that lead assault, but I think Rousey did it. So now Lita may have to go somewhere else. Power bomb from the record-breaking world champion. Lita taking a moment, I think, to catch her breath. We still haven't seen Shayna Baszler get physically involved in the match yet. Lita looking for twist of fate, and Rousey able to get the strikes in and the knees up. And now Rousey with a beautiful takedown. Ronda Rousey. She's going straight for the arm. Straight for that left arm of Lita. Again, you don't have to be a genius to figure out what Rousey's ultimate plan is here. But, if it works, it works. Now Lita, once again, rolls Rousey over into a single leg crab. The fans still love Lita after all these years, trying to push her forward. And again, Rousey stops the single leg crab. I don't know how effective that's going to be for the rest of this match, if there is very much left in this match, because Rousey now has rolled Lita over. Rousey has the arm. She has the left arm, the one that she's been working on, and Rousey has the armbar in. The armbar is cinched in on the former world champ. Lita is in trouble. Rousey trying to win the United States title, and Lita rolls her back over. Lita has actually gotten out of the armbar. Despite all the work that Rousey has done on that left arm, Lita able to actually escape from one of the most dangerous submissions in the world. I wonder if the game plan changes for Rousey at all, or if she's just going to go straight back to the armbar. Lita, beautiful pop-up into the head scissors. But at this point, Ronda has avoided the lead assault, and Lita has survived the armbar and the rear naked choke. So I wonder what the strategy is going forward for both of these women. They've given each other everything that they can get. Lita goes for the spear, and Ronda turns it into a DDT. Now Rousey, Samoan drop onto the former world champ. And Rousey has to take a second to catch her breath, get her bearings. And now Rousey hooks the leg, going for the pin to win the title. And that was it. That's all she needed. Samoan drop from Ronda Rousey. Folks, you can't make this up. Buddy Murphy won his Cruiserweight title with a suplex. And now Ronda Rousey has won the United States Championship for the first time using a Samoan drop. I mean, I said that Rousey has clearly been training on her wrestling skills. I didn't realize that meant a dangerous Samoan drop. Unbelievable from Ronda Rousey. And Rousey is the first ever United States champion in general admission wrestling. What a moment for the baddest woman on the planet. She and her Blue Bloods teammate Shayna Baszler can celebrate because she is the first U.S. champ in history.
Look, we ain't down with all this alpha shit. If these masked marks want to fight us, that's fine, but if they want to sneak around and play games, they don't deserve our time. We don't respect that shit. So they don't deserve a respectful finish.